Is technology at your work distracting you from actual work? Do you spend too much time troubleshooting PC or internet issues? IT Enabled can help. Our team of IT specialists can help you tackle your technology troubles and get you focused on growing your business in no time. Call to schedule your technology consultation. 936-225-3329. IT Enabled. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Tara Watson-Watkins, President and CEO of the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Connect podcast, connecting business to community. I'm here today with my co-host, Blake Polino of BP Media Group.
So this week, we actually interview Christian Dempsey and Carmen Santiago from Pilgrims here in Lufkin to talk about the economic impact that they have, all of the employees that they employ in this area, and how they give back to nonprofits in our community. So let's jump into that episode now.
Well, we're so excited to have y'all here today. We've got our friends from Pilgrims. I'm going to just turn it over to both of y'all. Why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners, let them know who you are, your background history, and then we'll talk about the business.
Carmen, want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Carmen Santiago. I'm the sales manager for Lufkin Pilgrims. My family joined me 2 years ago here. I transferred from the DeQueen, Arkansas plant. I was in sales there. I had 3 kids. They go to school in Hudson, and my husband is a RN. So We're excited to be here.
Glad to have you, Carmen.
All right, and, my name is Christian Dempsey. I'm the complex manager here in Lufkin for Pilgrims. Started off in Pennsylvania. After the service, I ended up in North Carolina. And from there, I started a job with Purdue Farms.
Okay.
And then went to Tyson. And from there, went to Virginia, Temperateville, Virginia, down to Albertville, Alabama, and been here just about 2 years as well. And my family joined me here about a year and a half ago.
Good.
So
you've got the whole clan here now.
The whole clan here. You know, this is, like I said, growing up in Pennsylvania, I always longed to come to East Texas.
But you love it now.
Yes, we absolutely do. We moved around a lot, and my 12-year-old's about had enough of moving, so
yeah.
This is home.
Well, that's
this
good. Well, it's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place for kids. There's so much to do, whether, especially if you like to be outdoors, there's so much to do. I was looking at the Pilgrims website earlier, and one thing that really stood out to me was that 1 out of every 5 chickens in the United States comes from Pilgrims.
We are the second largest poultry producer in the world.
I mean, I just don't think you think about that. You think about Pilgrims. I mean, I grew up, I always knew that Lufkin had a Pilgrims plant, that it was something that was so important to our community. Until I really came back as an adult here, I didn't realize the true value of having a Pilgrims plant here in Lufkin and East Texas. But I think when you say that the volume that comes out of Pilgrims, that's just, it's astounding. Mm-hmm. So I know that one thing that is so important to your company are your values with Pilgrims. So why don't you talk about values that Pilgrims has for the listeners?
I think our biggest value is the way in which we respect one another, mm-hmm. and the way that as management, we understand that our team members are what drive the machine. Mm-hmm. We don't run chicken. We're in the people business. We say that all the time. When our team got here almost 2 years ago, we weren't really doing our part as far as being good partners with the community. And I think our track record over time has completely changed on that. We're as active as we can possibly be.
Sure.
I know we have several managers and team members that sit on local boards, mm-hmm. to help promote that. Also, just improving the facilities for our team members, mm-hmm. at the plant is so important for us.
That's right.
So,
and you employ about 1,400.
1,400. Yep, 1,400.
Yeah. But worldwide, 58 million people.
Yep, 58 million. We have 5,200 family farmers, and we are in U.S., Puerto Rico, Europe, and Mexico.
Wow.
So we're all over. I mean,
You're
altogether,
everywhere.
we process just over 45 million birds a week.
A week?
A week for Pilgrims, yeah. Wow. We do 1.2 of that here in Lufkin.
Okay.
That's a lot of chickens.
That is a lot.
So I actually grew up on a chicken farm. My grandparents were Pilgrims farmers. growing up. And every summer when we would come back, we would go work on the chicken farms, and it was our our way of making a little bit of money, and work ethic and all the stuff that went in with that. But I'll never forget, I mean, just how proud and happy they were to be a part of that. So talk a little bit about kind of your impact on the community in that way. I mean, so you employ a ton of people here in Lufkin and kind of in this entire region. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, people, and you guys are always hiring, it seems, right? So
yes, yeah, we are always hiring.
Always.
That is true.
Yeah.
So again, we 1.2 million birds we kill, so about 5.3 million pounds of meat, and that's provided by the 322 growers between us and the Nacogdoches plant.
That's great.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, when you take 1,400 people plus the growers, and then you multiply the local contractors that we keep on site,
It's a big economic impact.
yeah, all the machine shops around here that we use. There are several businesses that keep our motors and drives going, and I'm assuming most people haven't been in a chicken plant, but there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of machinery,
sure.
and that's not done in-house. That's done with the local.
So if somebody were to come in and follow from the time that the birds come in until they go out, how long is that process?
From the moment they arrive to our facility to the moment they go out the door is about 4 hours.
Really?
Yes.
So what goes on during that time? I mean, I know you got to pluck them.
Yeah. Yeah. So my oldest one, when he was little, was he said, "Dad, how do the chickens look like when they get to the plant?" It's like, "Son, they all look nervous." But yeah, no, they come in. Obviously, we all know what happens at a chicken plant, so we process them, and then from there, they go into this unit called the chiller, which brings their temperature down to less than 40 degrees, and then from there, they are either sold in a whole bird form, or they go into a tray, or parts go into a box. And then from there, we send them through a blast. We drop them down to 28 degrees, and then box them up and ship them out the door.
That's crazy that all of that happens in 4 hours.
4 hours.
And right here in Lufkin, right? So the product
Right
that
here.
we'll see in stores is completely packaged and everything else, and coming from there to the store.
Yeah, and I'll let Carmen go on a little bit of that with the sales with HEB and what we do.
Yeah, so we are the largest supplier for HEB. 3.5 million pounds a week go into a tray. So we provide their natural brand and their Hill Country Bear brand. We are the sole supplier for their natural brand, which is their premium meat. And last year we did 130 million pounds to HEB, and this year we're on pace to hit 150 million.
Wow. So that's a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. And
Yes.
we are no antibiotics ever, veg fed. So we have our birds are on a strict diet.
Okay, so
That sounds
I
kinda
have
weird,
a
but that's
silly
what we are.
question. But what do you do with the feathers?
Everything gets sold. There is
Okay.
nothing on it. There is nothing on the bird that does not get sold out. So that's all sent to rendering plants.
Interesting. And what do they do with that? Do you know, is it a byproduct of something
It
else?
goes into a byproduct of something else.
Yeah, probably in your
Nothing
pillows.
on the chicken. Yes, yes. And the most profitable part on the entire chicken, believe it or not, is the paw.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
The foot of the chicken?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's the most profitable part.
I wonder why that is. Just for...
That's really interesting.
Yeah, just what you have your cost into it to what you can sell.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Overseas, we do a lot of exports.
Sure.
People don't realize how much of our product goes all over the world, just out of little old Lufkin.
I can imagine.
But yeah,
That's really interesting.
the Asian markets love chicken paws, chicken feet.
Interesting.
Well,
They pay well. They can have them.
absolutely.
They can have all they want because I'm
They can
not.
have all
It's
they
one of the few
want.
things I won't eat is a chicken paw.
Yeah.
I've done it once, never again.
Interesting. Very interesting. So the industry has obviously changed a lot. You talked about no antibiotics. They're on a vegetarian diet. Is that what you said? Yeah. What other changes have you seen kind of here over the last few years as things start to change and people become more conscious about those type of things? And what do you kind of see like on the horizon for chickens?
I'm not sure, but I think just overall in general, in a grocery market setting, people got out of the center aisles. They're now on the outside. They want the fresh product.
Right.
There's a lot more. People want organic. There's a market for air chilled, which the bird. I talked about ours goes into a chiller. We have a facility in Florida that doesn't do that. They strictly air chill, which over 2 miles of track. It's one of the craziest things I ever saw for the first time a few months ago. Besides that, depends, what market you're in. Some of them, they want them in saddle packs. They want small portions already trimmed up and cut. And then other markets, they don't want that. They want the more traditional big family, they want the roasters. They want the big family packs of chicken. So really for us, we're customer driven. So it's what that market wants at the time is what we're going to deliver.
Interesting. Very good.
Excuse me, you talked about several years ago with your team coming to town and really wanting to make a difference. You've got a program called Hometown Strong.
Yeah, we're really proud of that.
Tell us about Hometown Strong.
So Hometown Strong was an initiative put forth by Pilgrims out in corporate where they took each facility and, judging on the size of the facility and of the surrounding area, gave them X amount of dollars and said, hey, put this back into it. So we had just north of $670,000. And the project, our big project that we do is we're partnering with the Salvation Army, $500,000. The Boys and Girl Club was $112,000. And Kurth Elementary was another $30,000. So we also have $10,000 for our Tamar Fund, which is each Pilgrim's facility gives a scholarship to either a team member or their family. We pay for their four-year schooling.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and that's something that we're real proud of, and we still have some funds remaining, so we'll dole them out here as people apply for them.
I was saying there's an application process for that.
Yes.
So what about is there money left in Hometown Strong to be able to give to other places if people were interested?
Yes, there is.
And
Yes.
how do they go about applying for that?
They can get on our website, or they can just as so much as give us a call. They can call us.
Yeah.
I know, and if they don't qualify for Hometown Strong, if it's something we can do to help them, like I said earlier, that's what we do. The management team and the leadership team up there really truly believes in servant leadership. That's our role. We're the second largest employer in the county. We should be there to help people out.
Sure.
So we can't help everybody, but we're going to damn well try.
Yeah.
Well, and as a nonprofit and someone that wants to work alongside y'all, and as someone who represents so many of the industries and communities in our town, we just appreciate y'all so much and what you're doing, and the fact that you and your team want to make a difference and you want to give back, and that you want Pilgrims to be more than just a place where that we know that we get food from, that it's a place that really cares about East Texas and about Lufkin and Angelina County. And so I just think your team is to be commended on that.
Well, we've met a lot of good people since we've been here. We appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. And as far as nonprofits, we met a lot of good people. So
there's a lot of good nonprofits here.
There is. There's a lot, and there's a lot of need too.
Yeah.
That's the second part is, there's a lot of people that need help.
Yeah.
We need to
I think the cool part about being here is that people just want to help each other.
That's right.
They want to see Lufkin and Angelina County succeed. They want the nonprofits to succeed. And we get calls all the time from people saying, okay, I want to start a new nonprofit. And we're like, well, let's talk about what you want to do, and let's talk about who's doing it already, and see if you can go join them first and figure out what you need to do before you start another nonprofit, because we do have a lot here.
Yeah.
That's right.
But we don't want to reinvent the wheel when we've already got it going.
It's a great giving community, and
Yeah.
that's I think why we have so many, is because that many can survive because there are so many people who are willing to give
That's right.
and to work together to make it a better place.
And,
So the town that I came from was about probably 7,000 people.
Okay.
So moving to Lufkin, it was like moving to the big city, right?
Yeah.
My kids are like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a mall, it was so cool, right?
Yeah.
I was nervous as a mom, though, because I was like, are we going to have that hometown
Yeah.
feeling in a bigger city to me, right? And it's been crazy how I feel at home here in a bigger town coming from a small town.
Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Same thing with Aiden calling my boys in school, because we, when we lived in Virginia, we lived on an island, and it was like K through 12 was basically in one school. Now we're in Lufkin, and so, but the adjustment was made great. Everything was great here, and just talking about things that we've done since we're here with the community, working with Captain Jennifer Phillips with the Salvation Army, is we're actually getting members on our team to be FEMA trained, so that for disaster reliefs that we can go down there and help. And we partnered up with them, and We got a pretty good bond. I know we were down
Jennifer
there.
is amazing.
Yeah, we were down there in Orange, Texas when the hurricane hit, and so it's amazing when you do have a town the size of Lufkin that can rally around so quick.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact that you have to have season tickets for a football game, that blows my mind. So my kids love it.
Let me tell you, you do not forget to go get those season
Yeah,
tickets.
no, yeah, we found that out.
That almost caused a divorce years ago with my mom and dad. My mom forgot the day to
tickets.
pick them up, and my dad had had them for 50 years.
Oh, wow.
And there was almost a divorce. Well, we're so proud to have Pilgrims here. We're proud that it's one of our largest industries and all that you do for the community. Is there anything else you want to tell the listeners about Pilgrims and what you have going on, and maybe what you see for the future? I know you've got a great facility. Do you do tours at all?
If people want to come through, they can. They are welcome to. Just give us a call. Obviously, we have protocols going
Sure.
on over the last year. I think people would be a lot more. I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what we do there.
Yeah.
I know it's just thing, we're just putting chicken in a tray, but there is. And what makes us so special there is our team members. And again, I said this before, and I'll say it again. Without them, we don't drive this machine. We bring no added value to the process. They're the ones that are, they're on the lines. They're the ones that are doing the job. So that's our biggest asset. We're really proud of our team members.
Well, we look forward to getting our Leadership Lufkin class back to y'all. I know in years past they toured the facility, so we're going to work that into the new class coming in so they can come and see what's going on.
Yeah, well, there have been a lot of upgrades over the last 2 years. Greeley has, we've got the stability now there, and they put in several $millions in the last 2 years.
That's great.
So
Awesome.
we're here for the haul.
That's good.
Well, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys coming on to the podcast and talking with us and telling us about
This is so much easier than I thought.
everything that you do. Yeah, it's not bad.
Carmen was scared to death all the way over here, so yeah, I guess
No.
Just an easy conversation.
I was mostly scared because we look like, Easter eggs, but that's,
It's okay.
there you go.
It's mostly
we
an
should have
audio
balanced
thing.
each other out.
That's great. Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to come and chat with us. And thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We appreciate you listening every week. If you'll do me a favor and subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening so you can get these episodes every Monday when we sit down with someone in our community to talk about local resources and local businesses. And thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.